Let me know. All right, it's ready. Hey, what is going on, you guys? Sam from CameraLegend.com, and we are back today. And today I got a special episode for you guys, especially for you Leica camera geeks. Today we're gonna find out the definitive answer in this challenge today. On my right hand side, we have the venerable Leica M8, the poor man's monochrome. But on my left hand side, we have the real deal, the Leica M Monochrom CCD. Today, in this special episode, we will find out if the Leica M Monochrom. What are the criteria for a good black and white image? Are there any criteria? Can you get by with a filter or film simulation? What is going down, you awesome, vicious, and oh so delicious camera geeks? It is Sam from CameraLegend.com, and we are back today. And you know, I didn't like the way that came out, so we're back in our familiar home studio setting. And today's episode is an episode that is very near and dear to my heart, and I believe that this episode is truly for the black and white camera geek. And you don't even have to be a Leica-phile to watch this video, although it does help because we're talking about Leicas today. Alright, so let me set this up for you guys. Now, as you guys know, in 2010 I got my Leica M8, and it has become one of my favorite digital cameras of all time because of its ability to produce these beautiful film-like images in color and in black and white. Alright, now if you've seen my other videos, you know that in 2021 the Leica M Monochrom CCD became my favorite camera of all time so far. Alright, because this camera just gives me everything that I wanted from black and white film-like images. Okay, when this camera came out, I wasn't all that interested because people started calling the M8 the poor man's monochrome. So for many years I just went on believing that this is the poor man's monochrome and I don't need to pay extra for the real M Monochrom, okay? Because the black and white files from this camera were beautiful enough for me. But now that I have both cameras, it has always been a curiosity for me to find out if the Leica M8 is truly the poor man's monochrome. So that's what we're going to see in this episode. And before I continue, I would like to thank you guys for 1,000 subs. I really do appreciate it, and I'm going to try to work towards the next 1,000. And also I want to give a shout out to one of our best viewers, number 6. Number 6, thank you so much, because you were the first person to write down asking for comparison with the M8 and the M Monochrom. And so I want to give a shout out to you. Thank you very much for the suggestion. And for you guys, listen, it doesn't hurt to make a suggestion. You know, I may get to it, I may not, but if I do, I will always give you guys credit for it. Alright, so once again, thank you, number 6, and let's continue on with the discussion here. Now, before we check out the photos, I want to give you guys a little bit of the tail of the tape. Alright, so on my left hand side is the Leica M8, introduced in the year 2006. It is the original Leica digital rangefinder. Alright, the first Leica digital rangefinder. It has a 10 megapixel Kodak CCD, APS-H 1.3 times crop factor. Okay, on my right hand side is the Leica M Monochrom CCD, and this camera is based off the Leica M9, and it features an 18 megapixel full frame Kodak CCD with the Bayer filter removed so that it gives a pure black and white image, okay? And so there's quite a difference with the resolution, but in this video, that doesn't matter. In this video, APS-H, full frame, doesn't matter. Sharpness, resolution, doesn't matter. Because in this video, we are looking strictly at the tones. We're gonna look at the tones and try to find out for ourselves whether or not the Leica M8 is truly the poor man's monochrome. And that's the reason why I have two of the same lenses right here. The 30mm f10 cheap focus free lens, because as I said, sharpness, resolution, all that stuff, it doesn't matter in this video. This might be the time when you want to take your notepad out and write it down which one you think it is. So without further ado, let's take a look at our first set of sample images from the Leica M8 versus the Leica M Monochrom. Alright, now before I reveal to you which camera took which pictures, I just want to say that the Leica M8 and the Leica M Monochrom, M9 Monochrome are two fantastic, brilliant cameras that I've had the pleasure and privilege to use. And without further ado, let's take a look at the results. In this segment, we once again ask the question, what are the criteria for a good black and white image? Do you need film? Do you need a monochrome only camera? Or can you get by with just processing and using film simulations? Alright, so what do you guys think? Alright, now actually it's very hard for me to give you guys a real deal verdict on this one because, you know, it's really all subjective, you know. I mean, sometimes the M Monochrome looks better. Sometimes I think I see some, you know, nuances in the gradation and all that stuff. But sometimes the M8 looks better. Now what I can say objectively is that when you have images with very dark tones, the M Monochrome definitely does produce darker and richer tones, such as in these two examples. Now with that said, I wouldn't say it was a complete knockout win for the M Monochrome, because in many images that I've looked at, and I'm just using these two examples, but in many images, the M8 produces nearly identical images as far as tones are concerned with the M Monochrome. But if you're interested in black and white photography with these two cameras specifically, I would invite you to take a look at the samples again in this video and make your own observations and come to your own conclusions. Let me know what you think. Does the M8 look better? Does the M Monochrome look better? Do they look similar? Were the black and whites from the other cameras better? For me, it's really a toss-up. And don't forget also, while this is a pure black and white monochrome sensor, some people actually prefer processing black and white images from color images because they believe that the tonal gradations would be richer. Like I said, it's all subjective. So to me, if I were to give you my opinion, yes, the Leica M8 is the poor man's Leica Monochrome, and I could happily just be using this camera if I didn't have this one. Alright, so if you cannot afford the M Monochrome, get the M8 and be happy with it. And that is my conclusion. Alright, so I hope this comparison was as interesting and revealing to you as it was to me. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoy seeing cameras like the Leica M Monochrome, the Leica M8, and many other camera legends, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, comment, like. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll wait. Now, how am I gonna press these two buttons at the same time? Well, you know what though? Since the M8 technically won by being crowned the real poor man's monochrome, let's finish it off with the Leica M8. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate you guys, and I will catch you guys next time on the cameralegend.com YouTube.
cameralegend.com